Welcome into Big Z Sports two-a-day action. This time we are in Newcomerstown, and thanks to Claxton Communications and, of course, 99.9 WTUZ and Big Z Sports. I'm Joe Geckler, and I am here at Newcomerstown High School tonight. And a big thanks to Boulderon Incorporated, a Simona company. Boulderon is a leading plastics manufacturer and aircraft interior parts. They are sponsoring Newcomerstown this year, and as they have for the last several years, we appreciate Boulderon here in Newcomerstown. But I am joined by Newcomerstown head football coach Dirk Gadd. And Coach, welcome to 2021. It looks a little different than 2020 did.
Yeah, thankfully it does look different. We're glad you guys are down here, and we're looking forward to getting after it.
Absolutely, Coach. Last year, let's recap 2020, which not a lot of people want to do, but it was a strange year for everybody, and the season didn't go quite as well as you wanted it to. You finished off 1-7, unable to compete in the playoffs due to COVID, knocked your team out of the playoffs. But let's kind of recap last season and kind of your thoughts as you've looked back on it in the past couple months.
Well, obviously, we started out with a win at Claymont. I thought that was a good win for us. Everybody wants to win that first game. That's an important one. So we started off with the W. We dropped our next one by a touchdown, I believe. We had chances. We were right in that game. We had a chance at the end, just didn't execute. The Central game comes to mind. I think we lost by that one by a couple touchdowns. We were in a lot of games. We were competitive, but, just for one reason or another, at key times we just failed to execute. So that's something we're looking to get better at this year.
For sure. And Coach, I think one game that really stands out to me, you guys lost by 9 points, but it was that Malvern game, 39-28. And I remember that was back and forth. There was a turnover here, turnover there. And just at the end there, Malvern got the best of you at the end. But, man, it just seemed like it was a back and forth game all night, and a couple turnovers here and there kind of did you in that game.
Yeah, we actually got down, I think it was 28-0. And it was like in the first half. I think it was 21-0 in the first quarter. We put the ball on the ground a couple times, some turnovers, and next thing you know, we dug a hole that, I told the kids, we one play at a time, and that's what you tell the kids. But sometimes when you dig a hole like that, in a team as good as Malvern,
sure, you're
like, we have our hands full. And to the kids' credit, they continued to fight, and we did take it, one play at a time. And next thing you know, I think we're down 5 at one point. And we had a chance there at the end again in that game. So yeah, we were really competitive with them. The kids showed a lot of heart. They responded. They could have quit, and there's no quit in these kids. That's for sure.
For sure, and that's something that you've instilled in these guys in the past 4 years. Going into your 5th year as head coach now, and you've done a lot of things good here in Newcomerstown. So keep that going. Even though the record may not show that, I know we've noticed a big change in the play style and the competitiveness of Newcomerstown in the past 5 years here with you as head coach. And, if you look at the players that you lost off of last year's team, a couple stand out to me a little bit. Logan Hersey and Ryan Miller, the two big key losses that you had on the team from last year.
Yeah, we lost our quarterback. Logan's a great kid, obviously an extremely good wrestler, very athletic. He's going to be replaced this year with a freshman, Bunk Millender, who, he's a freshman. He has a lot to learn, but he has the ability to be very explosive. So we're looking for big things out of him. And then Ryan Miller, he carried the ball probably more than anybody for us last year. And, he was a tough, hard-nosed kid. And, when you lose seniors and you have some younger kids that are going to be replacing those kids, you always fight a battle. But we have some kids that can step in and fill in for those guys, and yeah, we're definitely going to miss them. We're going to miss Jordan Sanders. He was another senior we had up front, and Colton Meek also. We're really going to miss Colton. He was a great leader for us. So, but we have some kids coming in that I think are going to prove a lot to people.
There's a couple kids on that returning key returners list for us. Trenton Newkirk is one name that stands out to us. Bladen Garland and Brandon Weber as well as key returners for you guys here for the Trojans.
Yeah, we have 7 seniors back this year, so we're happy to have that. Honestly, we probably have those 7 seniors this year have been our best overall leadership group as they've come up through. Besides the guys you mentioned there with Trenton and Bladen and Brandon, we have our captains, are our 2 guys up front. we got Corbin Ebersball up front and Gatlin Fish. They'll be our captains this year.
Awesome.
And we actually have 4 of our 5 starters up front are seniors, so we're looking forward to that.
I know you've been talking about up front the last couple of years. You've had a lot of experience up there, and it starts up front. And it doesn't matter what level of high school football or college or pro football, it always starts up front. And you had a lot of experience on your offensive line back this year.
Yeah, we did. We lost our offensive line coach this year. He went to New Philly.
Okay.
But we brought in a kid that is from Willard, Ohio. He was the head coach there.
Okay.
And he's doing great things with our O-line. And in all honesty, I think those O-linemen, they've been at it so long, I think they can run the practice themselves.
Sure.
And so, it's nice to have seniors in that position for sure.
Coach, looking at your schedule this year, looking at the first 4 games, there's 4 teams on your schedule that you did not play last year in 2020. You start off right here in Newcomerstown against Shenandoah. Then you get on the road for 3 straight games. You go to West Muskingum, you go to Conotton Valley, and then travel up 36 to go to play Indian Valley. But 4 teams that you did not play in 2020 are on your schedule this year.
Yeah, we have some new teams. We haven't played Shenandoah in quite a while. We used to play them. They're back on the schedule. That I watched them scrimmage. They're hard-nosed kids. That area is known for hard-nosed kids. So they're going to come here on Thursday night, and they're going to be ready to play. West Muskingum, that's a team I don't know a lot about. I know they have a new coach there. I've heard great things about them. Conotton, we're familiar with Conotton. Another great coach. You just got great coach after great coach
Sure.
around the area. So, we're looking forward to those games.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun, interesting schedule here to start off. And then, of course, you get into IVC play. You're going to have Claymont, another crossover game for you, the Indian Valley game. And, of course, Claymont's going to be crossovers for you. But the East Canton game at TCC, Malvern at Strasburg, and Buckeye Trail, that's the IVC North for you this year, as it is every year. But always a tough side of the IVC to play for sure.
Yeah, every Friday night, it's a dogfight. It's just you have a lot of quality teams in the area, and every Friday night you better bring your A game, and that's what we plan on doing this year. We're looking forward to that. We like where we are in the IVC, and we think we can compete every game.
Finally, Coach, I'll leave you with this. Every coach or every program has something every year that they kind of, put out there as a motto. Do you guys have a motto here at Newcomerstown this year?
Well, it's pretty simple this year. It's win.
Win.
That's our motto. We've had find a way last year, and we've done some other mottos, but win is the main thing. That's what we need to do. That's what these kids are ready to do. The work they put in, each year we're stronger than we've ever been, and that's the case again this year. So we've put the time in, and now it's time to produce some results.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks so much for the access here at Newcomerstown and joining us here on our preview. As two-a-day previews roll on here with Big Z Sports, thanks again to Newcomerstown head football coach Dirk Gadd for joining us here on our two-a-day preview of the Newcomerstown Trojans. Big thanks to Claxton Communications and, of course, Boulderon, a Simona company, for sponsoring Newcomerstown for the last several years here for Big Z Sports. For Coach Dirk Gadd, I'm Joe Geckler. We'll see you next time.